Good morning, everyone. Steve here from sunny Victoria, Australia. Just going to give you a very quick little demonstration of a great little exercise for you to take away and have a play with to practice your mix referencing in Excel. So you may or may not have heard of absolute and relative referencing. It's something you really need to be aware of anytime you're using formulas within Excel. So for today's example, we're using a times table. The benefit of that is it's nice and simple and visual. You can get your formulas in this data section here, and if you know your times tables, you can quickly and easily look and see if you are correct. So that's the basic layout that we're going to do. I'm going to start a new sheet. This is the end result, of course. So the way I've got this laid out is my headings start off in C2. So I'm going to go to a new sheet and go C2. From here I'm just going to do create, enter 1, I'll drag that out 10 times. By default Excel's going to copy that. If I choose here I can go fill series. So there's my column headings straight away. Now you may be wondering how I'm going to copy this. If you're not aware of it, there's a secondary option in Excel called paste special, which there's our standard paste, this function here. Under paste special you get a whole heap of other different options. In this case we want to choose transpose. Transpose takes data in rows and puts it in columns, or vice versa, columns into rows. So it's this icon over here. You can see the arrows pointing down to the bottom and to the side. It's called transpose. We'll select that. And quickly and easily we've got our column and row headings all set up. So the primary focus of today was to look at the referencing. We're talking about mix today. So let's just do this incorrectly to start with. So we'll just go equals that cell there times, put the little asterisk, not the X, the asterisk represents times, times that cell there. Okay. So note the shape here. This is what we're talking about when we say relative. Relative, so here's the answer, whatever the answer is, what is the shape relative to that? So in this case we're going one cell to the top or above and one cell to the left. So it doesn't matter where I copy this to, it'll take that relative shape with it. So that's going to create some grief here. So if I had it set up correctly, I should be able to drag that down to here and it would copy and do the right calculation. But because I haven't done it correctly, we can straight away see 10 times 1 certainly does not equal over 3 million. That's the beauty of this little example, because you can quickly and easily see that is not correct. And from this point, if it was correct, you would usually highlight that section and copy it across and fill the whole up. We've got some serious issues going on here, to the point the numbers are so big it doesn't even recognise them as numbers. Okay, so let's go back to the start. Now, we need to have a think about our formula, what we want it to do, and what we need to do to fix it. So you may or may not have seen the dollar signs in amongst cell referencing. That's what we need to do to fix this. So let's have a look at and think about what we're doing here. We want this cell to be one above, so we want it to be C2. But if we copy it across one, we want it to be D2. And if we copy it way down to here, we want it to be H2. Down to here, we want it to be K2. If we drag it right down to the bottom, we want it still to look up here to K2. So notice every reference I just said there had 2. The common factor in there is 2. So no matter where we want to copy this original formula, with this reference C2, that 2 has got to stay as 2 every time. But the C needs to change to D, to E, to F, etc. So what we need to do is get back into the formula by either double clicking or F2, or you can just go up to the formula bar and do the same. So let's select anywhere amongst the C2, in the middle, either side, doesn't matter. Click in there. Now the shortcut here is you could type the dollar sign in if you wanted to. Much easier to use the F4 key. The F4 key scrolls through the 4 different options that you have. So first option, by default, no dollar signs. Push the F4 again, You get a dollar sign on both the column and row reference. Push it again and you only get it on the row, and push it again you get it on the column. So remember what we just worked through before? We actually want the 2 to always be 2, but the letter needs to change. So over here in the C2, let's put the dollar sign on the 2, but not on the letter, not the column reference, which is C. Okay, so if I move that anywhere, that 2 will always stay as 2. The reference down here, down the side on the column B, same deal. If we move it down, we need these numbers to change. We want it to go 9, 10, 11, etc. But if we drag it this way, we want it to always look in column B. So once again, I've clicked in the reference and I'm just scrolling through with F4 until dollar sign is in front of the B, but there's no dollar on the 3. Okay, so notice the difference. This one's the dollars on the row, this one's on the column. Okay, let's enter that. Now let's see what happens if we copy it down. 1 through to 10. Much better. So let's double click on this last one. And you can see the reference is still stuck in 2 because we said don't move from 2. And the B12 has moved down to here. Okay, so that's all looking good. Let's highlight that little column of formulas, drag it right across to the end. Once again, the beauty of using the times table, very quick and easy to have a look at to see if it's working correctly for you. 10 times 10 equals 100. Let's double click, check our reference. Yep, excellent. This one here, it's looking at the 8 and 5. Beautiful. This one here. So just keep going back to this and looking and going, yep, the 2, we said don't move from the 2, so it's stuck right up here. And don't move from the B. Okay, great. So you can see how quick and easy that is. Now if you take this away and in a week's time you go, I was struggling with that. Times table, just open a blank spreadsheet, have a little play, get your headings in there, and just play with that original formula and copy it through. You'll soon see if it's right or wrong. If you get it wrong, just keep practicing. Okay, so from this point, I'm just going to quickly finish off with a quick format and heading. So let's whack a heading in there. I'm going to center it across all those columns, merge and center, make it a bit bigger. All these ones here, I'm going to center vertically and horizontally, make the font a bit bigger. So if I'm doing any shading, I like to work from the inside out. Sorry, opposite way, outside in. So I'm going to select all of that area there, and just to explain why I do this, you'll see a lot of people, they might do this one at a time, go dark blue there, down the side, dark blue there, across the bottom, or they might do multi-selections like this. Doesn't really matter. If you just do it all in one hit, then you can make that all dark blue, and then do the next section just here. So I'm really doing this just to get the column headings. I'm going to make that slightly lighter so you can see it a bit better, see the text. And then in the data area itself, you make that a light blue, or I'm just going to make it white. Okay, so very quickly and easily, I've done all that shading in 3 movements. You can see the dark text on a dark background isn't great, so I'm just going to change that font to white. I'll make it bold. Okay, nice and easy. We'll just put in some borders in here. So click the inside borders first. So go all borders and then the big heavy one on the outside. That all looks good. And then we'll just put a big border around all that section and around that section. And I always like to finish off by turning grid lines off. Just cleans the sheet up. So there you go, there's a nice times table, done quickly and easily. Great little practice for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Go away and practice it, and have a great day. Talk to you soon.